What's going on, everybody? My name is Caden Ward, here with Caden Ward Outdoors, and today I'm going to be taking you with me to the world-famous Vegas shoot in Las Vegas, Nevada. We're going to be talking about the new venue at the Horseshoe and Paris hotels, lighting conditions, how I shot, how a buddy of mine shot, and kind of taking you through the trade show area as well. So it's going to be a mix of this kind of interview style as well as clips from the shoot itself. So yeah, let's get right into it. We made it to Atlanta. We're fixing to hop on our second flight here in like 30 minutes, and then hopefully the boat makes it to Vegas. So yeah, we'll update shortly. All right, guys, it's Thursday morning, and we made it to Vegas last night. Bo made it and everything. We're gonna go. It's Wednesday morning. Wednesday morning. There we go. It's Wednesday morning. But yeah, we we made it to Vegas. Bo made it. We're gonna go walk around the trade show, kind of see what's going on down there, and then hit the practice range here in a minute. So, see you then. All right. So for those of you who don't know, the Vegas shoot has relocated this year. It was at the South Point Casino and Hotel last year. I was able to attend the last year. It was at the South Point, so last year. And then this year it is on the Strip in Las Vegas at the Horseshoe and Paris hotels. So being that the shoot is located at on the Strip, in the heart of the Strip, there's definitely a lot more going on. There's a lot more to do, a lot more restaurant choices, food shows, that whole thing. However, I know a bunch of people personally who questioned how family-friendly the new venue would be, being that you pretty much have to stay in a casino, and you are right on the Strip in Vegas. So I know a lot of people who personally questioned how family-friendly it would be and whether they should bring their families. I'd like to talk about that first. The new venue is definitely way more going on outside. This is not a venue that if you're not staying in either the Horseshoe or the Paris, that you would want your younger kids running from hotel to hotel. That being said, if you never leave the hotel, it's not any worse. Maybe a little bit worse than the South Point, but not much at all. Thankfully, they do have it set up. They have restaurants inside the hotel that allow you to. They have restaurants and facilities, shows, bowling, arcade, all that type of stuff that make it to where you never have to leave if you don't want to. So you do have that option as far as families go. However, stuff inside the hotels is very pricey. A good example of this is we had Subway while we were there. There was a Subway in the food center in the Horseshoe, and there was also a Subway in the shops. I don't know the name of them, but there's shops kind of across the street between the Horseshoe and Paris. The Subway in the food center, a foot-long sandwich was $19. The standalone Subway in the shops, a foot-long was $15. So if you're willing to pay the little bit extra, then you never have to leave the hotel. But for us personally, it wasn't worth $4 to save 150 yards of walking. So yeah. All right, so now let's talk about the trade show. The trade show was split between two rooms this year. It was split between the Horseshoe Event Center and the Horseshoe Ballroom. These rooms were connected, but could be closed off separately. this was definitely an interesting experience because there it was a lot harder to find vendors than having one main vendor area. I know I know you basically had to ask around and look for a map if you couldn't find someone, because you could walk around both rooms and never bump into the person you were looking for. As far as space went, some of the practice ranges were a little crowded, and they had to run. They had to run a lot more practice ranges this year than what we've seen at the South Point previously. But there was, as far as competition ranges go, there was plenty of room for shooters. The Horseshoe Event Center was in one of the rooms with the trade show, so it was a little cramped for spectators, but the shooters had plenty of room in there.
Shot 327X. I'm the most nervous I've ever been in a round in my life, especially on the last one. Punch X.
So that clip you just saw was my buddy Braden Reed from Kentucky. That was his first day. He shot a 300 with 27X as his first day, and then he actually ended up shooting a 900. He shot a 900 with 71 on the weekend. I asked him after the fact if he still stood by that statement that that last arrow the first day was the worst arrow, like nerves-wise, and he said it absolutely was. Braden shot awesome. He ended up going out the first round of Baby X's in the shoot-off, but we're extremely proud of him, and he's worked really hard to get where he is. As far as this event goes, this is definitely an event I would recommend to any archer looking to meet people, network, communicate, anything of that nature. Basically everyone that's anyone in the archery world in the pro space is going to be at Vegas. So going allows you to meet your favorite pros. They had a massive Meet the Pros event that, like hundreds of pros were there. There were hundreds of kids getting stuff signed, smiling, laughing. It was really, really cool to see. However, Vegas is definitely one of the priciest trips of the year. The new venue did not help that. It is definitely a very expensive trip, a very pricey trip, and a very big financial commitment. Not saying that to discourage anyone from going. I still think if you're going to go to any big indoor shoot, it has to be Vegas. But keep that in mind when planning a trip, that it will be a multiple $1,000 trip. All right, guys, so it is Sunday morning in Vegas. I was not able to get a lot of footage of me shooting, but I am here to do a little recap of the weekend. I shot rough. I shot a 299, then a 298, and then a 292. So I shot an 889 on the weekend. But my buddy Braden shot a 900, so that's awesome. This is his first year in the pro class, and he's really earned that. So yeah, we get to go watch him in the shoot-offs tonight, which is great. I ended up finishing 25th, or 26th in my class. And yeah, so we'll see you then. Now, as far as my shooting goes, I was not at all happy with it, and kind of scratching my head as to why I missed some of the arrows I missed. But failure is nothing but an opportunity for improvement. So thank you guys so much for stopping by. Please consider subscribing, please like this video, and I will catch you next time.